What's going on, Opecast? It's Braden, and today I have a special guest. I have Dre'co, who's a musician. He's an MC, a creative entrepreneur, and so much more. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
Bro.
You know it's family in here. What's going on with you?
Dude, man, I'm doing good. This is kind of like a full circle because I think it was back in 2021. I had that Instagram live series, and you were one of the first guests on there. So
Yep. Facts, man.
Welcome back, man.
Facts, man. You got to bring that back, too, if you want to do that. But appreciate you, man. You know you've been working out here, so I hit you up, be like, hey, man, what's up?
Bro.
Let's talk. Let's chop it up.
And it's like one of those things. It's we both have busy schedules, and so we just make it like we'll make it happen. And it's like I see what you're doing, man. I've gone to SLU games. There's Battlehawks, and so I follow you. Concerts.
Yeah, facts. Concerts for sure. I'm getting back to that too. I'm not doing my own show, but I'm trying to get on some festivals. You know what I'm saying? That own show, that budget, boy. You got to realize I was talking to a wifey and he was like, you got to have a budget. You got to know what your overhead is. So I loved it, but I'm going to make sure that I'm expanding as far as festivals is concerned and stuff like that and getting into different crowds. But yeah.
Well, I like that too because it's, they're bringing in the crowd. This could be the first time people are seeing you in that setting.
Exactly.
And then, okay, you're here.
Yes.
Then it's like marketing yourself, going around, you're giving out your own flyers, things like that.
And I love it too. Like when you see me on the stage, it's like all I need is a stage, bro. I already know everything will fall suit after that. So I love to where nobody don't know me in the crowd, but then after I touch the stage and leave, they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? I love talking to people like, hey, man, I never heard of you. You do music. I do. I love them conversations just because I know they really see who I am on the stage. So, yeah, I love it. I love it, bro.
Well, before we dive too much into your music, let's go back. You're from St. Louis. You and I both have we can't really say our R's. We heavy on the R's. Like, but yeah, let's go back. Let's talk about your St. Louis upbringing and what got you into what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm from Southside, man. Southside State Streets, Deep South. I'm all over the Southside. Shout out to my mom, who raised me.
I was Dutchtown.
So I was State Street. So I'm like, we call it like the dark side and beyond the dark side. So all over the place, like Tower Grove, beyond Tower Grove. South Side.
Yeah, and not the Tower Grove.
The South Side. Yeah.
I was gonna say not the new Tower Grove.
Nah,
like, this was different.
Nah, but we were still at the park though. It was great times. Yeah. But it's amazing how it looks now, and even that whole area is amazing right now. So
basketball hoops. Never thought I'd see that.
Man, come on now, outside.
Cherokee Street. Never thought I'd see that. Hoop.
Outside basketball hoops. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back outside, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's where I'm from, man. South Side, and then went to SLU High. Shouts out to my mom. Went to Loyola Academy, middle school. Shout out to my mom on that. A lot of credit to my mama, man. I was naive, young, didn't know what was going on. I'm like, all boys middle school, all boys high school. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? My mom was like, no, you going there.
Yeah.
But I thank her now because I realized what she was doing. She was expanding who I needed to be and who I was. I needed to expand my mindset in the horizon. So I would not trade that for the world. But yeah, man, I'm from the South Side, man. That's where I'm from.
Were you always an outgoing guy?
Yeah, I was. I would have to know the vibes before I can actually open up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't coming in like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I had to read the room. You know, so I got that from my mama too. She real observant. But yeah, I was an outgoing guy. When I'm outgoing, when I rock with somebody, I really rock with them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I feel like whenever I was growing up, it's like some people think like if you're a funny person that you lack intelligence, but it's actually the complete opposite. To make every different room laugh in a different way without being harmful, hurtful, whatever, that's a skill, man. Or making people like laugh or feel good. Like you and I are both in all different kinds of settings.
Yeah.
And so like, was it like early on, like you just kind of, you would observe what your mom is doing and then you're like, okay, that's how she's reading it. That's how I'm going to react.
Yeah. I just remember like growing up, she wasn't the type of person who they know she was in the room, but she didn't have to like announce herself being in the room. And I just kind of know how she moved as far as being observant and knowing energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember her saying like, I don't really like how they maneuvering or moving. I remember her saying it a lot. So that kind of stuck with me growing up, just being able to read the room and read energy. But when it comes to people, like you said, if you don't know anybody who's in the room, I love that because it allows me to kind of see who they are for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So going back to that, like the first time I was ever into like a big crowd type of atmosphere was in college, where I was like starting to host like step shows. You know what I'm saying? And you would get different types of people in those step shows. So that's kind of where I fell in love with being in front of an audience like that. But I think it's just from there.
Did you go to
I
SLU?
read the energy. Yep, went to SLU too. Yeah.
University? Okay.
Yep. St. Louis University, man. So
You hooped?
I did. I believe blue all the way through, bro. So I believe blue. I'm St. Louis all the way through. I'm telling y'all, okay? I'm St. Louis all the way through.
What position did you play back then?
Shooting guard. I was a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You can see some clip. I don't know if they might be out there. It might be old, but
That's like the bad thing about our time. It's either very blurry, pixelated, like it can't even be saved and
I
brought back.
wish I was in times right now to where you can see highlights. Oh man, it would be a great time. But yeah, you might have to go to a library to see what we do. What we used to do.
No, you have to read the what is it, Southside Journal or South City Journal? You know, I mean, there was a special one that they would talk about like St. Louis sports specifically. I think now it's like I don't know. I look at the paper from time to time, but I don't know what it's. I guess it's just a sports section now. But it used to be broken down by what part of town you were in.
Oh dang, I don't know that. I didn't know that.
I remember when I was because I think we were around the same age. I remember when I was in high school, and I was like, "Dang, how many rebounds did I have last night?" And you open up here and you're like, you see like the leaderboard, for the top 25.
Yep.
You have a game where you're like, "Man, I had 18 rebounds," and they have you for like 13 because it's like a typo. And you're like, "Man, like
facts.
highlight it, keep." I think I have those papers if they didn't disintegrate, but
Man, that's dope. I remember like Max Preps used to be.
that's Max Preps.
Max Preps used to be crazy. They still, I think they pretty relevant. They definitely relevant now still, yeah. But I remember checking that all the time. So Max Preps, yeah, for sure.
Now, where did you find your love for music?
Oh, that's way back. My grandma, my mama, my sister, women in my life, man, they really honed my character. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by women. But that's how I found the love of music and writing. Like I got my love of writing from my grandma. She still writes to this day, like write us letters and stuff for Christmas, birthdays. Awesome. But the music, besides music always being in the house, like my mama used to be like, she used to perform in like a little band with her uncle, well my uncles, her brothers and her sisters. They used to be in a little band in my uncle's crib performing. So music was all the way around. But I actually like kind of seen music in its purest form, like learning how to, not learning, but seeing my uncles play instruments, seeing my mama sing, literally like seeing my sister sing, my cousin. So that's how I got the love for it, just to kind of see how they felt when they were performing, whether it be like in a small little club or even at home. When I was young, that's what I remember.
It's really cool, like watching someone play the bass and they're just like, you know, they're doing like these facial reactions that like, because they're feeling the music.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sounds so good and you're just watching them make the face and you're like, okay, I'm feeling that.
Yeah. You know who do that? Well, I realize who does that a lot is her. Mm-hmm. She does that a lot. She can kind of, you can tell she's feeling the strings and the chords, like, and it's a feeling process, like music for sure. So,
yeah, you were right on the stage when she was performing.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
Got to introduce, got the photo, man.
Yeah.
I think for a while that was like your top photo. I was like,
still
what's my
top.
To?
It's still, because she was my favorite. She's still my favorite artist. But even before that, she was my favorite artist just because she's so talented. Like she's a musician. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on musicianship. So before that, yeah, and that how that came about was crazy. That was a humbug. Like that was not planned at all. So yeah, but it happened, and I got grew a relationship with that. You know what I'm saying? I still reach out to her management team and all that type of stuff, so we have a relationship, and as it pertains to that, yeah.
So that makes sense why, like, when I've seen you perform a few times, you've had the live band.
Yeah. The live band, I love the live band when it calls for it. So it's just different feelings, you know what I'm saying? You could still perform when you have like a DJ or tracks within a record, but when you got that live band, you got a time for them to showcase their skills. You know, they can solo guitar, they can solo drums. Like people in the crowd, they love that. You know what I'm saying? As much as they might not say it, but I know the audience loves like that live feel because it's different.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like it was between 2022, 2023. So the last 2 years, I've watched so many St. Louis artists perform, and they've all had a live band. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to knock the huge artists, but some will just come with the aux cord and their DJ, which cool. It brings the people, they have a great time. Mm-hmm. But then it's like just seeing how much work you guys put into it, because it's not Like you have to prepare. You got to pick out the
Yeah.
right person that's gonna make the
Yeah.
right sound. For some reason, someone's sick the week before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, what's that process of planning a show?
Rehearsals for sure. Planning a show, the venue is special to me because I want to make sure the acoustics are good. You know what I'm saying? It might look nice, but if it's not sounding right, I can't do it. So that's the first thing. Like as far as picking a venue, is just make sure it's for music. The next thing is, of course, making sure that our band is in sync. If I am performing with the band, making sure they're in sync, because the chemistry that you see on the stage will translate to the audience. You know what I'm saying? They can see when you know what the hell you ain't doing, you know, or doing. You know what I'm saying? They can see that, they can feel that. So that's one thing I want to make sure that it's locked down. And of course, just besides promoting, just showing my face a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the main things when it comes to setting a show up for success. But like you said, like even with me, some people don't know my music. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that band feel will allow them to kind of open up and engage more. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to perform with tracks when thousands of people know your music. That's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not dependent on a band for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not at that point to where I can just play all my records through tracks or a DJ and have everybody singing along. I'm not at that point. So to really get them engaged and knowing who I am as an artist, that band element is important because, you know, it shows musicianship, but also it really shows your skill if you can really, really perform.
What's the difference in the mental approach from whether you're emceeing in front of 10,000 people at a SLU game, 30, 40,000 at Battlehawks to your own show? What's the difference in the mental approach?
None. I always say if I'm performing in front of 1 or 1,000, it's gonna be the same regardless, because that one person is new to me. There's somebody always new in the crowd, period. That one person can tell 5 people. 5 people can tell 20 people. 20 people can tell 10 people. So my mentality has always been the same. Like I prep the same way. If it's gonna be 10 people in the crowd and I don't know it, or if I do know it, those 10 people gonna be like, oh, like I need to tell somebody about you. So my mentality has never changed. I don't be too high or too low on any time. So
I feel that.
yeah.
Like it's like you have an accomplishment. You're like, man, that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
And when something bad happens, you're like, oh, dang. But like it's like you don't go here, you don't go here. You're just kind of like right there.
Facts. Yeah. The mentality, like performing wise too, it does not change. It does not change. Because you thinking about 10,000, 20,000 when you perform in front of them or emceeing in front of them, to me, that's easy. Hard is when you're trying to perform in front of 10 people that don't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can literally have more of an intimate session with those people. You know what I'm saying? So I really take that into heart more than the thousands. Because like I said, that 10, 20, 50, 100 people can lead to 1,000. But those are like your core. Like they really rock with you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What's like my buddy Zach and I, we've had SLU season tickets for a long time. Like we had it because Southern. We loved Southern.
Yeah.
We loved Pappy's, RIP to Southern. We miss you. But it was like, I think we paid $100 one year or $90, whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. And then this was before I started Braden STL, before we got to know each other. And it was like, you could tell like when you weren't at the game, it was just different, man. Like the energy, it was different. And so like, I mean, I've always like admired that about you, and just like being able to turn it on, because you're like, you know, it's an older crowd, you know, and so they've had their, you know, their club days, their party days. And so, but you're like figuring out a way to like get them up on their feet. And so bringing that energy, man, that's huge.
Yeah, man. I think it's just like that, like you said, that energy, just knowing who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? I love people. So it's easy for me to do that. And then to have that reciprocated is, you know what I'm saying, it's priceless to me. Even when it comes to like different demographics, I welcome it, because the world is a different demographics, different type of people. I don't understand when people was like, oh, I want to perform for these type of people. I'm like, well, you selling yourself short, you know what I'm saying? Or you want to be in front of these. I want to be in front of the world, people who don't speak the same language as me. You know what I'm saying? I was just actually, side note, I was watching I don't know what podcast it was, but Chris Brown was on there, and he was saying he was just literally in like France not too long ago, Paris, And he was like, he was so amazed of how they don't know a lick of English or speak our language, but they knew all the words to his songs. And I'm like, there is a spiritual, I ain't gonna say spiritual, but there's a connection deeper than what you see on the surface for something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'll be taking to heart. You know what I'm saying? Like when you in front of these people, I love it just because you never know, who you might be in front of and who you can inspire. So, yeah.
Well, I think some people like learn English or they learn another language by listening to music and watching movies. I think like I've heard people that like grew up watching Disney movies or they grew up watching Clint Eastwood in their country, like to learn English. So it's like, I don't know, like maybe depending on the Chris Brown song, you gotta be careful, y'all. Whoever's tuning in from, like walk up in this, never mind. Walk up in school, I'm gonna take you down. Like, no.
Hey, we was singing that mug. We don't know, we was teenagers though. We was teenagers.
Bro, I thought I could sing.
You was trying to sing?
I was trying. I mean, I was, light skinned,
okay. Okay.
I thought I had muscles and wore 3X tall tee for some reason.
Man, listen, I don't know what we were thinking with 3X tall tees, bro.
Chabos.
I don't know what we was thinking. Oh my God, I can't fit a 2X right now. Or 1X. I don't know what I'm thinking.
I'm slowly going up, man, with all that food content I do. Right. So it's going up.
Don't let it get too there. No, I'm saying 3X, bro.
Dude, I have a whole plan, man. I get sponsored by Weight Watchers, and
you good.
So we good. We're gonna get a gym partnership. We're gonna get all the health. They say that's a good. I don't know. This will be a short. We'll cut this part out. This will be a short clip though. Now a lot of people know you as an MC. How has it been getting people into your music? Like, is there a way? So there's gonna be kind of two questions. How has it been getting people to also know you as a musical artist, but then also the venues that you're performing at? Like, have you talked to them, like maybe see if they can also play a song of yours? Like, how is that?
Yeah. For the first question, how is it actually getting people like tapped into my music? Yeah. Is more or less seeing me perform. Starting out, I wasn't trying to put my music on like Instagram and trying to like go promote it like that. I was trying to promote it as a performance, because I felt like that would be more sufficient, you know what I'm saying? I think that would make, I don't know, more of an impact. So that's how people really got tapped into my music, was seeing me perform. And then what was your other question?
Like the venues you're performing at.
Yeah, with the venues, definitely. If they have like resident DJs, they can definitely play my music. Shouts out to Kimmy New, shouts out to DJs like that who DJ with me before, but they will also play the record. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? So, in those type of venues, I don't really have records in the club like that. Like, I'm not trying to play records in clubs.
Bro, we're in our 30s now.
You know what I'm saying? But like concert venues or venues where they are music heavy and music centric, that's what I'm tapped into. You know what I'm saying? So different venues out here. So shout out to like Hot Java Bar and like spaces like that, to where they really welcome different types of music. Yeah, I rock with that.
That's awesome. So what are some of the projects you're working on right now?
Projects from an MC perspective, partnering with some people coming up. I was blessed to be able to work with Red Bull recently for one of their one-off events. So hopefully that relationship can kind of flourish. You know what I'm saying? It's a great relationship to start off with. So
fly because they have wings.
Facts. Come on now. Red Bull gives you what? Yeah, let's fly. Come on. Okay. But no, that was a blessing to be able to be tapped into that. And shout out to the Connect as far as who actually introduced me to that person. Y'all might know. I'm even gonna say his name because he was like, bro, why you say my name? Well, he know who he is, man. Shout out to you, bro, for that connect. But that is what I'm working on right now as far as projects, is really expanding my MC blueprint to really work with those brands who aligns with what I'm trying to do. From a music perspective, I'm just really focused on getting on festivals. That's my main goal for this year. Small, medium, large festivals.
Around the country, not just here.
Yeah, around the country for sure. I actually just left Derby, emceeing and performing there, so it was dope.
The Kentucky Derby for those.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you've never been to Derby, you gotta go. It's an experience.
What is that like?
It's an experience.
Like, so you had your
straight up
nicest suit on.
Yeah, dog. Like you got your. I ain't got no hats, and that's that's for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have it. You gotta be GQ'd up. You know what I'm saying? Whether you never know who you might run into or what venues you might be in. Like recently, I was at some parties, and I'm like, wow, I'm in rooms with these people. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be dressed to the nines. You know what I'm saying? And always be on point because you never know. You will see somebody randomly anywhere for Derby because everybody flocks to Derby. Like of course, that's like one of the top sporting events in the country, if not number one. So, yeah, Derby is an experience, bro. Like emceeing, performing, it's nothing like Derby because they all came to have a good time, one, and two, they all want to see something new. That's what I've learned in my couple of years going to Derby. That's what I've learned. So,
what's that something new? Or like what type of stuff? Like a new artist?
Music.
Okay.
Music. They love to be like, oh, what do you do? They love to ask that question. And when they see, I was like, well, oh, what do you, like, when they see me MC, I'm like, oh, that, like, I love to talk to people before I actually talking on, you know what I'm saying? Performing on stage or something like that, like, or performing with my DJ Charlie Chan for different parties. So it's like, I love for that reaction after I talk to them because they don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? But after the fact, they were like, we need to connect, follow. That's how gigs come about. You know what I'm saying? From that type of connection. So yeah, Derby, if you've never been to Derby, just off the strength, you should go to network. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
So Charlie Chan, he went down there with you?
Yeah. So he does, he's Run DMC's DJ.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was like. That's awesome.
Yeah, every year we always go down there for a party. We MC one of the major events down there. And then typically if he has to DJ for an artist, we're down there for that as well. But that's like my mentor, man. That's big bro, you know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot from him, even when I'm starting to MC and as an artist too, I learned a lot from him. So still learning. But yeah, that's definitely my mentor.
I got to meet DMC. It was at Nelly's Black and White Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that's fam for sure. D is definitely fam.
Just a good guy, man. Like I was like, hey man, can I talk to you for a second? And so we were out there talking, and just a good dude, man. It's crazy because we grew up with that music, and that music came out 10 years before, 10, 15, I don't know, 10 years before we were born.
Yeah, facts. And he's real personable, man. We were just, like I said, we were just together last weekend. He real personable, man. So to somebody to be as iconic as he is, one of the founders of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, he's such a personable person, and everybody around him, like his fam, same way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, real good dude. You
and I get to talk to interesting people that have done amazing things, and it's just like, man, we're in these rooms. What, you don't have to dive all the way in to the details, but what are some of the things that, like, let's just say you're talking to Charlie Chan or DMC, what type of questions are you asking? Like, hey, how would you handle like this kind of situation?
Yes.
Or what would, in this new era of time we're in with technology, Spotify, performing, like,
yes. Crazy you asked that, because recently I just asked D this and Dougie Fresh. I was asking him I was asking Dougie Fresh about like his breath control, because I was like on a performance tip when it comes to music, but he kind of dove into like how he stayed consistent. So that was the thing that I learned from him and DMC, like watching him in these couple of years that I've known him, is the consistency. So questions that I would ask those legends would be like, how do you stay in the game as long, or how do you kind of, not even saying reinvent yourself because you are who you are, but how do you still be impactful? You know what I'm saying? When when you're dealing with different generations. So that's something I definitely asked them last weekend, and they gave some gems for sure. But when it comes to conversations like that, I'm thinking about long-term longevity, and I'm looking at long-term longevity. I'm looking at those legends who was there before we were born. You know what I'm saying? So, and still going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
40, 50 years.
Yeah, so those are the types of questions I'll be asking them is, how do you protect that longevity? You know what I'm saying? Because generational, you know what I'm saying? People get old and you have new people coming in, new generations coming in, but how do you remain impactful? Not relevant. And because relevancy can be either way.
Yeah.
How do you remain impactful to where you're always going to be a household name?
it's like I saw the Ying Yang Twins perform at the Armory, and then there was another artist that performed after, but they put that other artist that had hundreds and hundreds of millions of streams on each song, which I like the artist. I'm not gonna say his name, but like the Ying Yang Twins, you look at their numbers on Spotify, streaming, whatever, and it's down here. But like radio, I noticed that like radio famous is completely different than streaming famous because
facts.
we had to listen to like those 4 or 5 songs or whatever at that time, and like just someone like DMC, everyone knows Walk This Way.
Yeah, bro, and it's never going away. No pun intended, but it's never going away.
Yeah.
Like those are classic records to where the records are gonna live forever, but him as the person, that's like the question is like, okay, your music is gonna be here, we know that, but you as a person, how are you still being impactful all this time? You know what I'm saying? People can rock with your music, but they don't want to rock with you. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to see you, or people might rock with you or whatever you got going on, but they're like, I don't really rock with so and so, but I like the song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you keep that? So yeah, those are questions that I would ask for sure. Anytime I'm with them.
Now, what about the future of Dre'co? What are some of your hopes, dreams, aspirations, and then how can the people of St. Louis that are listening support you?
The future, I just want to make sure my family is good. That's all my focus is. So that's how I hone in what I'm trying to partner with when it comes to either brand partnerships or I'm trying to set something up for my baby girl. You know what I'm saying? So that's my focus. Forget everything else. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess for me personally, that's my main goal. But I really want to expand. That's one of my other goals. And
expand outside of St. Louis, or expand in
outside of St.
What you're doing as an MC?
Outside, I would say, period. Outside of St. Louis. But period, yeah. Like realizing how I can really make an impact in other states, like just expanding. Like I want my name to be known in Cali as a MC, a performer. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you can do that is to be in those spaces. Hence, partnering with corporate entities or something like that, to where you have that access to go out and do those certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal goal. But what trumps that is to make sure that I have something good to where we don't have to pay every time we need to go out of town, or we don't have to pay when I want my family to be there. You know what I'm saying? I want everything to be taken care of. I want them to experience that with me on a bigger level. You know
so you're
what I'm
not
saying?
having that, like, yeah, you're getting paid for this thing, but then you're also, oh, I got to get the hotel, I got to get a rent. Like, no, just you show up and everything.
Yeah, that come with it. That's obvious. That has to come with it. But when it comes to like experiencing it with the family, I want to experience that on a bigger level, because I felt like I'm already used to where I was. You know what I'm saying? And when I want my daughter, like wifey, when we go somewhere, like dang, daddy doing it, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to feel like that, like on a bigger level. I want a bigger level, because I know I want to normalize, even with my daughter, I want to normalize her seeing that all the time. So when she gets older, depending on what she wants to do, she'll already have a blueprint. She'll already know what she wants, how to maneuver on what she wants to do, not to be confused. You know what I'm saying? So I want her to be in those spaces, in those rooms, to where we thought that was like luxury to be in those types of spaces. I want that to be normal for her, period. You know what I'm saying? And I want her to be in those rooms to where they know who she is and what she can bring to the table. So, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, 3 questions I usually ask the guests these 3 questions
Let's
that I'm about to
do it.
ask you.
What we got?
So, Foodie Friday, what are 3 or 4 of your favorite restaurants in town?
Ooh. So I will have to say one is gonna be, could it be, no, I'm not gonna do a chain. Can I do a chain? Okay, Sauce on the Side, that's one.
That's a local chain account.
Okay,
Like, we're good.
Sauce on the Side. My calzone is, oh man.
Yeah, which one?
It is the, I don't eat pork. It is the
Barbecue Duke or something?
Barbecue Duke, exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's the Barbecue Duke. That's my go-to. Sauce on the Side. And then I will also say, ooh, it's a toss-up.
You can mention both.
This is when I was trying to like be not vegan, but some type of vegetarian, but
Dude, I'm a vegan at Clementine's. I eat vegan,
Okay,
vegan
okay.
ice cream there. So yeah, it counts.
So pie, when I was trying to pie, or not pie, but not pie. Dang, it's on the south side. It had those large pizzas. I don't know if they still open.
It's not Mr. X.
No, it's right on Grand.
Sounds
How
like
you
it's
gonna make me
close.
look this up?
Because if it was open, you'd be thinking about it more. Like we'd be.
It was a
oh,
large
yeah, yeah.
pizza, but I haven't been there in a minute.
Oh
but it
wait,
was
they
fire.
have like the big mural painted on
It
the
was
outside.
it was like more vegan, more vegetarian pizza. It was fire.
Was it Treehouse? No,
No, it was right across from Treehouse. It was like not too far from Treehouse.
I literally just ate across the street from there yesterday. It's a
And
new
then
spot.
for breakfast, HG. If you've never been to HG, you need to go. Breakfast is fire. Their food is fire, but I'm a breakfast head. So HG, there's one on Wash Ave, and there's also one in Ferguson. It's like a cafe. It's like a eatery and lounge.
Like Latte Lounge, same people. Oh yeah, because
Yep.
Latte Lounge or HG Eatery and Latte. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep, those three for sure. I would say HG would be my number one. 2, sauce on the side, and 3, it's a toss up. But I go with the vegan spot because when I was trying to do something different, they food was hella fire. But yeah, if you never had HG Eatery and Lounge, it's fire. Their brunch is fire. Definitely.
I don't know if this is even like a personal question. What made you fold and be like, all right, man, I gotta get some fire chicken, whatever. Like
You said what?
what made you fold from being like a vegan? Was it like someone had a barbecue?
It wasn't
and you
enough.
were like,
I ain't have enough. Man, look, me and my homie Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy. We ain't vegan no more. We wouldn't. I don't even know what the difference is between vegetarian and vegan. I don't even know the difference. But we was trying to do something that where it was like no meat or whatever, something like that. But it was like we ran out of options, man. I need food. I'm slim, yo. I need some meat. You feel what I'm saying? I need like chicken. I only eat chicken and fish, baked chicken, fish, or what have you. But yeah, I need meat in my. I need like chicken and salmon and all that type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So I couldn't. It wasn't enough options. Like, and then trying to cook it too. Like, nah. Like we was out of there.
I think I may have cut this clip out of this one interview I did with Murphy Lee, and he performed at a pig and whiskey festival.
And
but
it was all pork.
And he's
wasn't
vegan.
It? Ooh.
And I was
what'd
like,
he eat?
He was like, what'd he say? He's like, and we'll cut this part out of the pod, but what'd he say? He's like, I didn't eat that pork or something. I was like, yeah, so you at the barbecue place, like, did you eat any of the food yesterday? He's like, man, no, I don't eat that. But we recorded this at like a commissary kitchen that was like all vegan food, which was really cool. It was Sweet Vibes or something. It was really good vegan food.
Sweet Vibes. Okay.
Something. It was like I said, commissary kitchen.
Got
She
you.
had some really good pink lemonade
Got you.
or something. That was good.
Dang, I forgot about Kathy's Kitchen, but
You
I
said
just had that the other day. But okay. Yeah, that'd be number 4.
Kathy's Kitchen.
Man, dog. Ferguson, boy.
Now, let's say you choose one of those spots, 3 or 4 people to join you as dinner guests. Could be family, friends, celebrities, mentors, people
Ooh.
you wish, from before we were even born.
Yeah, that's a good. I will have to say 1, Jay-Z, Tracy Morgan, and I'm trying to think about people who I haven't actually met and talked to and been with or conversated with.
Who's your favorite
But I talked to Tracy Morgan.
basketball player? Because I know you used to play basketball.
At the table would be AI, ARD Wade. But I say AI for sure.
What are you guys talking about?
With AI?
No, all 3 or all 4. Yes.
So the first question I asked, did you know that y'all were gonna be in this position that you're in right now? That'd be like the first question. But we'll be talking about like crazy stories that people wouldn't know that you want to share.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably what I'll be asking and talking about. Like some dope stories that people might not know. Cause I love to like learn about behind the scenes or like stuff that people really don't know that's out in the public. So Jay be like, man, this was one time. Like if like a story like that, that'd be dope. What else could we talk about? Oh, that's a good question.
We can talk about Allen Iverson's statue, man. Whatever that was.
Man, listen, they need to. No, we ain't gonna talk about that. We need that to be. I know all of them had different. They were all the same size, but that's AI, yo. Come on now.
They were all the same size?
They were like the different statues. It was like all lined up. They were all the same size, but AI needs to be.
Maybe that's why they haven't won a championship in a minute.
I'm saying, yo, they need to.
Bigger statues.
AI need to be a huge statue right in the front. I don't know what they was thinking.
Budget cuts, you know how it is. Like we were talking off camera, you know, budget cuts.
Oh, I asked about like his shoe, like AI shoes, like what made you go that route with Reebok? Like the questions are classic. Like, were you in the room when they was designing it, or did they just bring it to you? Like, here it is. I would ask Jay, like, who was around you when you was recording Reasonable Doubt? Like, what was your mindset? And then Tracy Morgan, bro, like, how was it on Martin? How was it being on Martin? Because that's how I realized, like, who Tracy Morgan was as a comedian. Like, I didn't watch, like, Def Jam when he was on there. Mm-hmm. I was too young, but like Martin, that's when the first time I seen Tracy Morgan. So like, how was it set at Martin? Like, how was it like? How was the vibes working with Martin? So
it's like, was it goofy or was it like,
yeah,
just chill and then bam, we're in character?
Yeah. I wish I would have asked him that. He was at Derby. I talked to him last weekend, but it was like we talked for like 15 minutes. It wasn't like crazy, but like those type of things.
You're so casual. You're like, oh, I wasn't, dude. It's Tracy Morgan,
bro. But I would like to have a conversation for real with them people.
Like, you ever like meet somebody and like, I know some people still like some settings I use a business card, other I exchange numbers, but you're just like, dang, I forgot to give that person my card or their manager my card. Mm-hmm. And you're like, crap. Like,
I G my card. I be telling people this is my card. This is my resume. Instagram. Boom. Like that's how I be. Like I don't really have business cards like that, but and it's not even for the follower account. I mean, that's great, obviously, but it ain't for that. It's just like, I always be like, here's my IG. Like, you can see what I do. If you rock with me, hit me up. Mm-hmm. That's what I always say. So they can kind of, you know how people scroll like, oh, they can see I'm an MC. They can see I can do this. So that's my business card, bro.
How many people come up to you, because this happened to me? Oh, you're that one, and you just started to answer the question. And as they're like, and you're like, the Emcee, of Slew
all the time,
all
the time. It's either I look like Chris Tucker. I get that once a week, or it's like, man, don't you MC Slew games? Don't you? I'm like, yep, Dre, right? Yep. So that's how it happened. Yeah, that happened a lot. Yeah.
Now, words of wisdom, whether as someone who aspires to do what you're doing, or it could be someone listening that's going through a tough time. What are the few words you'd like to leave the listeners to?
Pray. Stay prayed up. To be honest with that, for sure, pray every day. Know who you are. Don't compromise who you are for the check, for the bag, for what you think is an opportunity which might fall through. Know who you are. Stay steadfast in who you are. Don't compromise yourself, like straight up, because people gonna see through that. And I always like to see like people who know me, like my homies, my family. They be like, bro, what you doing? Like if I came out doing something that they know that's not me, like that's what I be thinking about in the back of my mind. People who know me, like, bro, what you on? You know what I'm saying? So stay steadfast on who you are. That's one thing. No, don't compromise who you are, no matter what the opportunity is. If they put $1 million on the table, it don't have to be $1 million. If they put an opportunity on the table that might be good for 5 years, and they be like, but you gotta, don't do it. Don't do it. Be able to sleep at night, bro. Like
here today, gone tomorrow.
Facts, bro. Here today, gone today, type of thing. Like people, this world is fickle, man. People forget about you within 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Especially in these times, there's people living for moments, like quick moments. You know what I'm saying? And not like a longevity type of thing. So
it's crazy.
Yeah. Know who you are, man.
Well, how can people follow you?
Hit me up on IG for sure. That's my resume. That's my business card. DRE_CO. Also Facebook. I mean, I'm still on Facebook. It's Dre'co Flow. Just go through Instagram. Just do Instagram first. Let's start with that. Instagram. DRE_CO. All my information will be on Instagram. You'll see it in the bio. that'd be best. All of my music is on every streaming platform. So when you go to Instagram, that's like the hub. You can see my music. You can see what I do. You can email me, see how you can book me, how you want to come connect with me. Instagram is the hub. Yeah, for sure.
Man, I'm looking forward to the next time we do this.
Yeah, man.
Look where we're at
Appreciate
now.
you. Hey, straight up, bro. Appreciate you too, man. Like I said, like how you started off with the IG feeds, of course, IG lives, like how you growing. I'm seeing the room right now. Camera's going crazy. So, and the partnerships that you have, bro, like really congratulations on that. We were just talking at the Fox, like, well, last year maybe? We were just randomly at the Fox.
It was during that festival that you should have been part of.
Yeah. Facts. So it's like stuff like that, bro. It's like how you was like, I want to do that. Now you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You had those partnerships and stuff like that, bro. I just say keep going, dog. Like,
Same.
Keep
We're
going.
just getting started, man.
I'm glad how we in that space together, bro. Straight up.
When you're at the Super Bowl, man, just
facts.
Just make sure I get like a buffet or something, man.
Facts.
Give me that.
If you want to go to Derby next year, I got that now. You can pull up to Derby now. I'll get you some parties with us. Hey. That's how you can network with that.
For sure, man.
For sure.
Well, I appreciate your time, brother.
Always, Braden. Always, bro.